to say, and I love what I do. I've been doing this for 32 years. When I started, I was 6 foot. It does wear on you. Teaching high school kids can wear on you. And my opinions are my opinions. And I even tell my, in fact, just so you know, I was here last weekend with my kids competing. So I judged too and loved this hall, had a great time, and did very well. I brought up 236 kids, and we were amassed to be, but we had a great time. And I hope you have a great time with Heritage, because it is always a fun time. And the judges really inspired my kids. My goal is to give you my opinion and give you some suggestions. You had some wonderful things you did. Love your tone. Are you aware that generally your tone is really good, but sometimes it changes? Do you guys hear what I mean? I always tell my students, sometimes it's like you take a treble on your CD player. It's this beautiful tone, and all of a sudden someone turns the treble up and it brightens, and it's like, where'd that come from? And when my kids hear themselves, they go, why'd we do that? And so there are some things you know that. You did an awesome job. But as long as you're aware that sometimes the tone isn't consistent, let's play a little bit, okay? Because you're not perfect. You're close. You know that, right? So I'm going to give you some things to play with. Can we start, go and do the first piece. I made the comment, by the way, wonderful piano playing. Okay, Vivaldi. She started playing the song the way Vivaldi wanted it. And I said on the track, well, you're going to sing it that way. And you did. You just need to connect the notes more. Have you heard that before? Okay, right now it's a little too, can you start it? And I'm going to give you a suggestion. You guys ever sing in the dark? Okay, here's the thing my kids love. I do it with my 84 freshmen. First time it's a little weird. Any freshmen up here? Okay, you don't usually do this. 84 freshmen, I turn the lights off at them. My room's completely dark. And what I do with them, when we do a cappella, I'll turn the lights off and say, okay, sing. And the first question is, well, how do we start? There's no Mr. Rose going. And I go, good luck. And you hear, giggle, giggle. You know, and I sit there and I go, now listen to each other. Because I say this all the time. You listen to 10% of what we say and watch 90% of what I do. And sometimes I, as the choir director, get in the way of the sound. Sometimes I, as the choir director, will get in the way of the beauty of the sound. So I turn the lights off so you don't have to look at me. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to trust me. I'm not going to throw anything at you. I've got nothing in my pockets. I'm not going to squirt you the squirt gun. But in a moment, I want her to play the intro. But when you start singing the song, I want you to close your eyes. When you start singing, why do I want you to close your eyes? What are you going to start doing now? You're going to listen more carefully. And I'm also going to ask you to do one more thing. Stop playing. When they come in, just play the interludes. So now all of a sudden, you enjoy the beauty of the piano, but are you enjoying the beauty of the voices around you? Okay? So let's try this one. In fact, you don't have to play the whole intro. Actually, it's short and beautiful. Go for it. So when you start singing, you got to promise me no peeking. You peek, I'll throw something at you. Okay? By the way, I do have a squirt gun at school. I do that. Kids don't do it. You know, it dries, so there's no proof that I've done it. But it does make kids listen more carefully. If I pull out the squirt gun, all of a sudden it's like, okay. You know, I always say the difference between me and Peter Pan is nothing, except I won't wear green tights. I believe if you're not having fun and making music every day and getting excited about what you're doing and listening and growing, not literally, of course. Yeah, that bad jokes. Does she have bad jokes? Okay. So you're used to it. I get bad jokes all the time. My kids, I said, that's why I'm a school teacher. I wanted to be a comedian, but I realized that people wouldn't pay to hear me crack jokes, but high school kids have to listen because they're in my class, so it's great. Anyway, so would you start, please? Close your eyes when you start singing. I want you to immediately see a difference. You can keep your eyes open if you want to until you sing, but I'd close them now if I was you. Close them all. Everyone just listen. She's going to drop out. How many here, stop. How many hear something different? How many think that was different than we just now did for us? Did you know you're already connecting the stuff that you knew you were wrong on? Do you realize that? When you do do, mi, it's do, mi, re, drive it to the next one. Some of you started doing that, especially basses. I'm not going to pick on basses because I'm a tenor. Woo! But I know that real men are tenors. I'm sorry. I gotta make some friends. And those of you that are really tall, it's called ladderness. Okay? Less short people are blessed. And we're blessed because we get to be in the front. You should be blessed. You have a beautiful voice. And you're in the front. You're tall. Anyway, did you hear the difference on some of the stuff you were doing? How many realized you listened more than you normally would? Why did you listen more? You had to. All of a sudden you thought, who wants to do a solo? I mean, you want to do it, but who wants to all of a sudden be off? So now all of a sudden, instead of following the piano or your director doing this, you're not going, oh, geez, I better listen. And then some of you did this. Because you want to make sure everyone was doing the same thing. Insecurity is amazing. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Johnny. I love this song, and I've done it several times. I know that Alice Parker says slow. Any thoughts about the tempo? I like the slow tempo the way you started. Any of you have any thoughts? I would recommend that in the middle, you might want to speed it up a tad. There's a couple spots that really become dramatic. Do you know what I'm talking about? In other words, to me, a slow song is, yes, slow. But I want the energy to it. In other words, when I look at your last song, it's like, yes, you know, we got this Moses Hogan piece going. But you do this song like it's a funeral march. Is it? What's the song about? What's it about?
It's about a soldier returning from war and his wife or a family member like kind of mourning over him. I think it's like their connection and like things like that.
Did he return?
I think so.
It says he returned, and yet you're saying it like he didn't come home. But there's more to the story, which we won't go into right now. The thing about it is I believe this song needs to move along in the middle section. I think it can have more intensity. So could we, if you don't mind, you'll lead to stardom. Oh, geez, where is it? Sorry. We can start it there. Can you guys, I'm sure you probably rehearsed here, and you'll probably say, yeah, we better do it. Oh, we've done it a few times there. Can we start with the ladies and the tenors are singing top page 11, Where Are the Legs? That's a hint to what else is bad about it. He came home, but is he all in one piece? No, he's not. War does terrible things. So can you start right there, and can you direct them, please? And you start with the tempo you had. Actually, you know something, let's make it easy because that's a really weird spot. Go to measure 69. So you're going to do the two statements, not the top of the page. Sorry. Again, I was blowing it. So start from right there. Okay, it is piano, but start there. Where's Kyle? Okay. Okay, can we try this too? Are you repeating the statement over and over again? If I told you I wanted to sing louder, if I told you I wanted to sing louder, if I told you I wanted to sing louder, if I told you I wanted to sing louder, how long ago did you cut me off? If I told you I want you to sing louder, kids, I want you to sing louder. I want you to sing louder. Would you start singing louder? But never once did I say it the same way. You're singing, where are the legs? Where are the legs? Okay, you said it. Don't say it again. Give me a little more of a pressure. Okay, just try it. I'm not going to give you the dynamic change because the dynamic is there. But do you speak in the same monotone dynamic? No. Sing it like you would. This is something you can take apart at home, but sing it like you would. Tenors and ladies, try it again, okay? And by the way, when you do this, the tempo will naturally speed up a little bit.
Yes, I felt that.
Yeah. That's the other thing that's really cool about giving more energy to it. Go for it. I'm sorry, I keep doing this. Say, where are the legs? Where are the... You don't go, where are the legs? Where are the legs? You go, where are the legs? Where are the legs? Right? So sing it that way. Does that make sense? So back off a little bit. You still have that ebb and flow, that feeling, but now it becomes more musical. So try it again. Same spot. I know basses are going, would you let us sing far enough so we can sing? I'll get there. I know, basses always are. a little bit too being lost with it. I love the rhythm, don't get me wrong. I love the pulse, does that make sense? The marcato feel, but can you connect them more? Can you start right there? Start where you do the, yeah, right there. And ladies, I mentioned be more sensitive. Oh, 2 minutes. Dang, I want Moses Hogan. Okay, just do this real fast. We'll do a little bit about Moses. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Give the ladies a holding the long note. Run! You're on, run. Okay, can I say something about Moses Hogan? What a loss. I'm so thankful I got a privilege to meet him one time before he passed away. And to see him work, oh my gosh. What an inspiring man. He said his songs are so, by the way, beautiful soloist, wonderful job. You know, his songs are very line to line, but yet he says, don't ever forget I have chords in my songs. Okay, and the one thing I'll say to you kids is, you did Moses Hogan wonderfully. This is not for the weak of heart singers. She's giving you great literature, right? You worked hard on this, didn't you? I think you could take this spirit and put it in the other ones, but on this song, what I'd really like to see you do is line up the chords, which means you got different words. And the thing I like to do with my kids, we do the entire songs on dute. Short chords, because what I hear a little bit happening is, when you do get a chord, I hear the adjustment of voices, trying to tune the chord up. Because you're setting it long enough. If you don't set it long enough, you can't hear it. So if you do all those songs on, everything dute, short. Dute means a short note. And if you hit it, you immediately hear if it's in tune or not, especially because you're training yourself to hear better. But the Moses Hogan was outstanding. Again, I loved it. It was very spiritual. And I think it's so often people do Moses Hogan and forget that they are beautiful chords within themselves. We have a tendency to think of these long, beautiful soprano, tenor solos. And that's what you hear if you listen to all the CDs. I mean, I own them all. I own every song you ever recorded. But again, don't ever forget that you got chords too. And it's the beauty of those chords that create these beautiful lines. Okay, a short time. Thank you, and an awesome job. And I think it's so cool that you went to this high school. Maybe I'll get some. I retire in 4 years. So I'm going to pack my bags after 37. I mean, if I keep teaching and start at 6 foot, you know how short I'm going to be in 4 years. But seriously, kids, wonderful group, wonderful sound, great looking group. You did some amazing things. So if I've confused you, I apologize. Hopefully I've given you some things to think about, and certainly you can always contact me. She can if she has other questions. So wonderful, great way to start our day. Okay, enjoy San Francisco. Bye-bye now. See you again.